Wink was a little kitten. He was brought in by a good Samaritan through the OPCAT program here at ARF. He was in pretty poor shape. He had a wound, trauma to the left eye. Unfortunately, the eye was already gone and we couldn't do anything to save it. So we did treat him, and in about a month's time, he was actually ready to be adopted. And it was wonderful to see the transformation in this little kitten.
Growing up out here, I knew about the organization, and when I jumped on the site, I saw his picture, and in my head I remember thinking oh, a one-eyed cat. Everybody's gonna want a one-eyed cat. We have to get him.
He called very excited about this one-eyed kitten. I wasn't quite sure. I worked so hard at the hospital, so I wanted to make sure it was kind of easy at home.
I went and set up a time and I got to meet him, and he had all that, normal, super fun, playful kitten, and I was like, oh, this is great, he's fine.
Joe brought him home and I instantly started crying because I was like, this is my baby. Wink is so sweet and loves people and just kind of fit right in with what I was looking for and having an animal and something to come home to after work. So many times, a kitten that has any physical deformity might be overlooked, and then you miss out on the fun that Wink really offers.
Treating this little guy was so rewarding, not to only myself, but to everybody here, because it is a team effort here at ARF. And it's gratifying to know that we made a world of difference in this little guy's life. And he ended up having a good home on top of it. Buddy came from a kill shelter in South Carolina originally in 2010. He was adopted soon after, but unfortunately was surrendered. At this time, he was much older, and he also came with a few problems. So we did address them. And at the end, we were able to, put him back together in such a manner that he could still have a great life. But we really were fortunate to find Mr. Miller.
I went to ARF, and he was in the pen up on the hill there, and I could tell that he was old, and he was the one. And I took him for a walk, jumped in the back of the car, and he fell asleep. I said, I guess he's good. I consider myself pretty much East Hampton. I'm 13th generation. I've always had dogs all my life. I've done a lot of hunting. Now we're getting older. This dog is pretty much just a companion. Two old men bonding here. Come on, bud. Come here. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. He's deaf. I'm getting deaf. But he's a good old buddy. Look at that. Good boy. We try to get up each day and be as crazy as we can without hurting as little as we can. Take a ride to the bay. He loves to ride. And in the truck, in the back seat, in the van today, he'll get on his blanket. He'll be happy. It was meant to be, that's all I can say.
We always try to say that there's that home for every animal, and it really turned out for the good. And it was nice to know that finally we could put him in a home that would be his forever home. I've worked at many shelters over the years, and there is no other that matches up to ARF.
To handle animals properly, you need trained veterinarians, you need trained staff, and none of this stuff is free. I mean, it takes a tremendous amount of resource to do that, and we have to be thankful for the donors that we have out here, for the community we have out here. I mean, it's people that are doing this and giving the resources that they have and the ability they have to share generously that gives, animals like this a second chance, a home.
We are a direct recipient of those gifts and clearly has added so much joy to our life. And so we're very grateful for the work that ARF does.